What I want to do is to explain this supernatural nature of, it's got to be.
It's supernatural.
Kaduri, as smart as he was, couldn't have thought of this. He couldn't have made the things happen after his death that happened, but God did. God revealed to Kaduri before he passed. So on an October 2005 Yom Kippur service in his synagogue, he told the people publicly, he said, look, I've got it on a note 1 year after I'm dead, which he was in perfect health. He was 108, but he had no problems.
Wow.
He had no problems. And he says, I'm going to reveal it. I'm going to put it in a note. I want it put on our website, our ministry website, huge website, but only 1 year after I've died. Now, there's a Jewish traditional ritual why it's 1 year, but here's the supernatural thing. So that's in October 2005. Well, in January 2006, Sharon.
Ariel Sharon goes into a coma.
The prime minister, he goes into a coma.
Yes.
Kaduri, 2 weeks later, has pneumonia. He's hospitalized at first, and the very same hospital as Sharon is. Both of them are in the hospital in January. And then Sharon goes into this coma that lasts 8 years, but Kaduri passes in 2007. So, they grieve him. 300,000 people show up in Jerusalem. 1 million would if they could have opened it. But anyway, so all of that's happening. In the meantime, his ministry team's waiting for that year because they've got the note sealed. It's in the safe, locked away under his orders. 1 year later, when it was appropriate, they pulled it out and they put it on his ministry website in front of the world. Wow. That's the copy you saw. We took screenshots of it and pulled it down because it was encoded. It was a secret code that only some of his students knew how to decode. And when they did, the ministry was shocked because right before their eyes, there's the name of Messiah. I'm going to tell you the code.
Was there a backlash to that?
Oh, it was huge. And it's still going on today. But here's what he put. He simply wrote.
But he was so respected. How could they be angry with him?
Well, I'm getting ready to tell you. So he put this is the supernatural part, Pastor Jim. The note just simply said, concerning because see, remember, he promised that he would give the name of Messiah. And the whole Jewish world was holding its breath for a year.
Yes.
So they put the note on Kaduri's website, okay? Huge ministry. And it simply said in Hebrew, it said this, concerning the letter abbreviation of his name, he shall lift his people and prove that the word and the is true.
His Torah stands true.
Yeah, that the law,
that his Torah stands true.
That the word stands true. That's it. And will lift his people and prove that the Torah stands true. Well, that doesn't give the name. And people were looking at, now the Orthodox Jews still wanted it up there because that was his request. There was nothing controversial about it. And he's basically just describing the office of Messiah, But the problem is that first sentence, concerning the letter abbreviation of his name. But that thing stayed up there for months, Pastor Jim. And so people were getting screenshots because that's important because later they would try to deny that it was even there. Mm-hmm. And then they tried to say, well, the Christians broke into our website and put it there. And we said, really? You left it there for 3 months?
And then
after somebody broke in?
And then they said that Kaduri was, he was sick, he lost his mind. And then so we asked him if he was sick, how come he was in the government blessing people? How come the rabbis
right
were
up to the day he died?
Right up to the day he died. So
the story goes on like this, Pastor Jim. So here it is. It's on the site. And then some of the students, we believe it was them, they went to the internet and they said, don't you see this is coded? The first sentence says, concerning the letter abbreviation of his name. His who? The Messiah. That's what he told him. He said, I'm going to tell you the name of Messiah. Then the next sentence said, he shall lift his people and prove that the word and the law or the word is valid. Now, when you take, that's a mouthful of English words, but in the Hebrew, it's only 7 words, or 6.
6 words.
6 words.
6 words.
And when you drop down the first letter of each, that was an acronym, that whole sentence, you drop down the first letter of each of those words, it spells Yehoshua, which means God is our salvation through Jesus, through Yeshua.
Wow. Now,